Thanks so much for taking the time to either be here in person, or if you're watching this as a recorded webinar, then taking the time to sort of spend a couple of minutes with us to learn about what we're doing at IBIS around the advanced supply chain software product, and also the add-ons that we've created for really extending out the commission management and all of your revenue management. Before we start, I usually like to sort of give you an overview of some of the things that we're doing here at IBIS with the advanced supply chain software modules. And there's a lot of additional functions within Dynamics AX that we've extended. So for example, we've gone out and we've created a number of extensions for advanced revenue management, which we'll see in a second with commissions. Also, features around inventory and order management that are useful not only for distributors but also just customers in general. And also we've gone out and created some additional business intelligence, which is really a key driver for us within our product direction. Now, what we're going to talk about today is really the advanced revenue management module of the advanced supply chain software, and that includes a lot of things. We've already had presentations that have talked about pricing and how you can extend out your pricing capabilities and get some more advanced controls around them. And also today we'll talk about the commission management, which is sort of like the next evolution or the next step within our webinar series. But there's also a lot of other things that we've extended out on top of Dynamics AX. There's the trade promotion management that we've extended out. We've extended out some of the deductions management and chargeback management, and also pricing and bidding. Other areas that we're lucky to have added into Dynamics AX is around order entry. Order management is one of the really main areas that most customers modify, so we're trying to sort of streamline that by creating advanced order entry, quick lookups, having related products and upsell and downsell, and a lot of different fact boxes coming up at the time of order entry. And also around inventory management, we've gone out and extended out the system. We've added in true vendor managed inventory and true consignment inventory. We've extended out dropship, obsolete product management, and a number of other areas around inventory. And then finally, we've added in, I think, around about 85 or so new metrics and KPIs that can be used at the same time as all of the standard KPIs and metrics that are delivered with Dynamics AX. But these give you more detailed measures. They give you things like cost to serve, earnings metrics, profitability by customer, inventory turn metrics, all of these things that just add the icing to the cake with your Dynamics AX implementation. But today what we're going to talk about is the commission management. Now, there's commission management within Dynamics AX, but we've taken it really to the next level so that you can have more structures around your commission. You can take advantage of some more creative commission methodologies. We've also extended out the way the commissions get calculated, whether they're calculated based on net amount or based on revenue or based on margin within the system, and also allow you to have split commissions where you could go out and allocate commissions out to multiple people, or have layered commissions and a number of other different sort of functions within Dynamics AX. So today we're going to talk about these, and we're going to talk about some of the different scenarios that I've got here and give you an overview of what we're doing. Now, the first area that we're really going to talk about is how the commissions are calculated, and this is really best shown within the system, because we've gone out and extended out the commissions. We calculate the commissions at the time of order entry. It doesn't mean that the commissions are posted and approved, but they're there and they're waiting for the users to take advantage of them. And also it gives you visibility of all the possible commissions that are applied to an order. Some of them may or may not be applied based on the final invoice amount or the final commission amount. So what we're going to do is we're going to really take a look at this and look at how the commissions are managed and how they get created. In a second, we'll talk about how we structure these and sort of some of the creative things that you can do. But let's just move over to Dynamics AX and move over into our sales and marketing. So to show all of this in action, really all we need to do is go into our sales orders. And if I go out and look at a sales order that I've got here in the system, then there's a couple of things that you'll notice that are different. So I've got just my standard sales order, but if I move to the invoice area, then there's actually a commission calculation and commission transactions area that's been added to the screen. If I look at the commission calculations, then this is going to show me all of the commissions that are applied to the sales order. And there could be a number of these, and we'll see other examples of those in a second. But also if we look at the commission transactions, then we're going to see all of the transactions that applied to our sales order right here within the system. You don't have to look at these all the time. They're just accrued within the back end of the application. So if I look at this in action, then I could go out and choose a customer here. And then I'm just going to go out and quickly create a line. Hide this. And I'm going to create it for a Slinky. So now that I've gone out and done this, everything looks normal. But if I, again, move over to my invoice area and look at my commission transactions, or go out and try to look at the commissions that are applied to this, then you'll see that there's a number of different commissions that are associated with this one sales order. Now, I went over here and I looked at the commission transactions, but there weren't any here because I've told the system that I just want to wait off on calculating those commissions for a second. But if I go out and if I confirm my sales order, then this is really going to start updating all my commissions and calculating all of my commission structures in the back end. So now if I go back to my commission transactions, you'll see that there's some commissions out here that have been broken out for this order already. And they're based on different commission transactions. Some of these may or may not apply. Now, if I continue on and invoice this, then for me, what I'm doing is I'm saying all of these commissions really get posted at the time of invoice. We'll talk about some of the different options that you've got here within the system. But now if I look at my commission transactions, then you'll see that here are my commissions. Tim Liddon is getting around about $1.25, and it's been posted, which means the transaction's moved through, and now it's a commission that is due to the salesperson. So this means that you can always go out and track the commissions in real time. You don't have to run month-end processes within the system. So this is pretty cool, and it's just a way that the commissions are managed. Now if we return back to our PowerPoint, really the key portion of this is how do you manage all of these commissions and how do you set these up? Because even though there are commissions within Dynamics AX out of the box, they really just only go so far, and we've gone out and sort of tweaked that and changed that just a little bit. So if I return back to Dynamics, then there's a whole new commission area down here within the sales and marketing area, and we can go out and we can look at all the commission structures that we've got here within the system. So I've got a number of these that I've created, and some of these are related, some of these are sort of standalone, but we've got all of these other options here that we're going to step through in just a second, showing you how these are managed. So for example, you could go out and have different people responsible for the sales. You could have different calculation applications, so whether you calculate the commission on invoice or order. You can also have more elaborate revenue basis that you can use. For example, we'll talk about later on about how using revenue or margin or gross value, and whether the commission amount is based off takes into account discounts or not. So all of that is built into the system, and also we can have date ranges. So if all of this is really the heart and the soul of where the commissions are managed. Now, if we look at some of these, we can see different scenarios that are based on how these commissions are calculated. And these are really based off when the payments get triggered. One of the major shortfalls with Dynamics AX is really when is the application of the commission applied. So you may want to go out and just give someone a commission whenever the order gets entered. That's a little bit worrisome sometimes because people could just go in and type in orders. Maybe you want to go out and have the commission being calculated when you create an invoice. So for most salespeople, that's how they like it because the invoice is out there and it doesn't take into account returns or payment. But if you want to get a lot of control over the commissions and really just pay based on what you've received as an organization, then you can also go out and calculate commissions based on the full payment. So I think I've got a couple of examples here. In this example, I've got an area where this is year end. Maybe we want to just have a push on some of the items that we're selling. So what I'm going to do is say that any time I sell this one item, which is my blue slinky, then I'm going to give the salesperson or the person who enters the order $1 for every order or 1% for every order that's placed for this one item. And it's going to be calculated on the commission so that you can start accruing this over and over. So for small sort of bonus programs, and this is a great way to do that. I've got other areas here where I've got commissions based off the invoice amount. So whenever I go out and generate the invoice, then I can go out and sort of accrue and start managing these as well. So what we can do is this one area, the application gives us a lot more control over when these get applied and also when they get updated. So, and we also saw this before, and if we go in and enter in a sales order for this item again, then we'll actually see that some of the orders, the commissions are only applied at invoice and some of them are only applied at the confirmation. So we'll go through and do that once more. We'll enter in a sales order. We'll choose a customer. And then choose our item that we want to sell. And we'll just sell one of these. So if I move back over here to my invoice area and look at the commission transactions, there aren't any here. But if I move to the sell option and generate the confirmation, then just by going out and creating this confirmation, we'll have our commission transactions over here. I think I may not have applied that. And one of these is going out and it's going to be applied automatically based on the confirmation. The other is based off the invoice. So this is a useful technique and also an extension to what Standard AX does. Now the next area that you can do is you can track the commissions as a cumulative basis. So you can go out and say, I want to calculate commissions based off a whole order, based off an order line, or maybe based off a period. So you could have a compensation structure that says, if the salesperson sells over $10,000 over the month, then give them a certain spiff. Or you could say that if a certain order value or order quantity is reached, then go out and apply a quantity to it, and that could include multiple products at the same time. Or you could have just simple commission structures that are based on the order lines, which is really just line by line. And I've got an example of that over here. If I look back at my commissions, in this case, what I've got is I'm going out and I've created this commission which is based off the order or the complete order. And rather than having the item listed out here as the item that I want to sell, which would be the blue slinky or the green slinky, I'm actually saying that I'm going to use a commission group for the items. And I've put all of the items that I want to sort of roll together into this group. And I'm going to say that for the entire order, then I want to give a 50-cent commission back to the salesperson if they've placed an order of above 1,000 units, or $1,000. So if I return back to here and create a new sales order, find a customer, and here I'm going to go out and say I want to order 40 units of this item. Notice the net amount is just under $400. Then when I go out and look at the commissions that are associated with this, then I've got a number of commissions here, but I don't have that bonus item that's showing up. If I add another line here for another slinky and order 70 of these, then this is going to take me over the $1,000 limit. So now if I look at my commission calculations, then there's actually a new commission has been assigned here because I've reached over that $1,000. So this is in real time, it's going to calculate these and it's going to add them here to the system. Of course, if we go out and then a customer makes an adjustment before we do the confirmation or before we invoice it, then all of these commissions are going to roll back. But this commission calculation and the ability to have these per unit qualifications gives you more structure that you can take advantage of. So I think that's pretty cool as well. Now, some other areas that we'll talk about is how we can go out and break commissions based off sales teams. Now, sometimes you have split commissions, and we'll talk about this in two ways, because you can have a split commission set up within the commission structures themselves, but also after you've calculated your commission, then you can actually go and adjust it so that you can see, so that you can maybe manipulate it and give other people credit on an as needed basis. But this works like this. So I've got my Southwest region here, and I've got an option here of who is going to receive the commission. We haven't talked about this yet, but you could say that I want to have just the salesperson who's responsible for this customer to receive the commission, which would probably be the account exec or the salesperson responsible for them. I could say I want to give the sales taker the commission, which is great for call centers where it's just the person who's entering in the order is going to receive this. Or what you can do is you can say, I want to associate this with a custom sales team. For my Southwest region, I want to, any customer in this area is going to be really assigned to one salesperson, but also there's a regional manager that is going to get their cut of the commission as well. So we structured that here by going out and saying that Tim Litton is going to get 75% of the commission, but also we're going to give Julia 25% of the remaining amount of this commission. You can go out and have multiple commission breaks here within the system and really split out commissions over groups, over teams, and have all of these automatically calculated. Now, something else that's interesting, though, is this person who is associated with the sales team doesn't necessarily have to be a salesperson. I've got another option over here, and I've got a pink promotion that I've got for breast cancer. And what I've done here is I've gone out and assigned to the sales team actually an organization or a vendor. So what this is going to do is this custom team is going to go out, and every time I place a order that matches this product, then this organization is really going to be tagged towards this commissionable amount. And you can use it as a way to gather up promotions and maybe do charitable events as well, or maybe even do royalties or rebates back to other organizations. For this item here, if we see this in action, if I create a new sales order, but this time I want to create it for So 9. A customer that is in a certain sales region, then I can go out and if I just have my order here and order 10 of these, and then I'm going to go out and just create the confirmation. Then if I look at my invoice and look at my commission calculation, then there's a commission structure that's been applied to this for the Southwest region. And we can look at the sales team and we can see what the percentage is. We can go in and adjust it, as I mentioned before. But also, if we look at the commission transactions, then we can see the main person that's been associated with this, and later on we'll see the sales manager that's been associated with this as well as the second line of the order. So being able to perform these split calculations or split management within the commissions is a great way of doing it. If we want to also see a little bit more detail here, if I just minimize this for a second, then later on we'll go out and we'll look at all of these commission transactions that have been built here into the system. And we'll see here that these are actually the commission transactions that are being created. And you can see that Tim Litton received $1.88 commission, but also Julia received the remaining 63 cents for this small order that we've created here within the system. Now, something else that we can, some of the other sort of finer details around the commissions, we won't show much of these in action, but we've got ways that we can go out and calculate what the commission is based off. So a lot of the times you just you don't want to pay a commission based off just the raw amount. Maybe you want to base it off the margin that you're receiving, so that sort of incentivizes the salespeople not to give away too much of the product. And all of that is here within the commission calculations as well, because what we can do is for any of these commissions, we can go out and specify what is the basic sort of dollar amount that we're going out and starting the commission from. Is it margin? Is it revenue? Is it net margin? Is it commissionable margin as well? We just sort of tinker with these to really get a closer sort of commission structure to what we're trying to do within the organization. Also, what you can do is you can go out and you can say, what types of commissions do we want to create? So you could have a percentage commission or a per unit commission. We've seen a couple of those within the system as we've been going through. But what this allows me to do is that I could have a per unit commission. In this case, I'm giving 25 cents per unit sold. But if I do a percentage basis, then what that's going to do is that's going to go out and say the percentage amount that I have is going to be based off the revenue or the net margin or the gross amount that we have split up here within the system. So again, another control that you can use to make your commissions a little bit more flexible. Now, also what we can do is we can have tiered commissions, and we've sort of seen this before, but you could break out commissions based off quantity or based off an amount value. So sometimes you want to maybe give someone a 1% commission for just any sale, but maybe you want to go out and give them a 1.5% commission if they're selling anything over 1,000 units to a customer. Maybe you want to go out and accumulate this over time so that you can go out and say if they sell over $600,000 worth of product, then they're going to get a larger commission on top of that. So again, all of this we can set up here. I think in this case I've got a Christmas special, and what this is doing is it says that I'm going to give 25 cents for every unit sold between $1 and $100. Now, if I go out and sell over $100 and under $1,000 and have sort of like a cap on this, then I'm going to actually give them 40 cents per unit. In this case, I've got another example where I've broken this out by cumulative quantity, and this is going to say that if they sell between 1 and 100 units, then I'm going to give them 10 cents per unit. They order 101 to 1,000, I'm going to give them 15 cents per unit. And up to 10,000 units, I'm going to give them 25 cents per unit. all of these layer on top of each other and just get picked and chosen based on the conditions. And we've also seen this as we're going through and placing the orders, because you saw that there were a number of different sort of eligible commissions that popped up, but only a few of them were chosen at the time of invoicing when they were posted. There's one other item that we've got here, which is really the ability to have multiple commissions layering on top of each other. So sometimes you, rather than having sales teams where you've got the regional manager and the salesperson sort of grouped together with a percentage, you could go out and have 2 commissions set up, but you don't want to have just one of them be found and the other one sort of be left by the wayside. So there's a feature here which is the find next, which is going to go out and say, if this commission is applied, then accrue it. And then after it's been accrued, go out and see if there are any other commissions that may be applicable to this, and layer those on top of the commissions as well. So now everything sort of rolls in together. So these are all sort of ways that you can manage the commission. Something else that I haven't really talked about, but it just goes without saying, all of these commissions can be date range specific. So you can have different commissions for different periods, you can have different commissions for different, as an annual basis or a monthly, or even just a certain spiff that you're running for a certain number of days, and everything is going to be calculated on the fly. Now, all of this, we've shown you so far how all of these are sort of calculated on the sales order, but the more important thing is that all of these are being accrued within the system. And you will always have visibility on the commissions that are estimated, the commissions that are due to be given to the salesperson, and you can also create reports of these. So if I return back to the form, I had this up earlier on. Within the commissions area here within the sales and marketing, then we can go out and we can see all of the commissions that have been applied. And this is going to show us all the commissions by order, and then also notice we've got information showing us the invoices that this is applied to, whether there's a confirmation that this is being associated with for some of these commissions, also what the amount is and how much is supposed to be applied, and also if it has been posted or if it's just estimated. So these are all being calculated just within the system and just stored away for us to use. If you want to take this to the next level, then you can go out and you can use Power BI to analyze this. So I could go out and just extract this information out. And here I've gone into Excel and I've got all of the data here as a live link back using the Dynamics AX add-in, and all the information's here. And I just quickly created a summary view here that showed me all of my salespeople, what the estimated commissions are based off those, based off their orders, and also I could go and filter this out and I could query this out here within the system. So all the data's there now for analysing and sort of reporting off the commissions. All you have to do is take advantage of it. So this is what we've done today. Is we've talked a little bit about the commissions, the structures, and all of the different areas that we have here within commission management that extends the standard capabilities that are built into Dynamics AX, and really give you a lot more control and a lot more flexibility when it comes to going out and developing your own commission structures. Hopefully this was interesting and piqued a little bit of your interest.